One of the most pristine settings in all of sports. In the shadows of the San Gabriels, the Rose Bowl in Pasadena, California, it will come alive when the powder blue-clad fans start the 8th lap and UCLA ready to roll. And while today is the final home game of the season for one team, it is more importantly a celebration, Senior Day. As we'll see, the number 6 team in the country, the USC Trojans, squaring off with another team from the Pac-12, the UCLA Bruins. Glad to have you with us for EA Sports College Football. I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, and Jesse Palmer with me in the booth. Guys, we are ready to tee it up. He thought about bringing that out for a half second, but he'll take a knee and they'll bring it to the 25. The Bruins offense takes the field. The battle for Los Angeles, 2 spectacular uniforms, awesome backdrop, and the battle for the victory bell, guys.
I was going to say, Reese, aesthetically, this is one of my favorite games of the year. I love when both schools wear their home unis, and they're traditional. They haven't changed very much over the years. This game's just fun to watch in every sense of the word.
Fun for the fans, too, because they don't have to go anywhere. And you know what else is always cool? You tune in this game late in the season, what do you get? Great weather, too. I mean, it makes me jealous every year watching this football.
Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. The Bruins moving quickly to the line. This crosstown rivalry dates back nearly 100 years, guys. The first meeting between the Trojans and the Bruins back in 1929.
Yeah, and every year since, you know, one thing you know, Jesse, is the uniforms are crisp. They are clean. They are so sweet. You know this game means a lot late in the season every year.
This is definitely my favorite uniform game of the year, every year in college football, right? Both USC and UCLA with the home unis here in this great environment. But the game also means so much as well, and that's why there's this heightened sense of electricity and energy every time these two teams play.
And the Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. You can become a star making efficient plays and getting first down, sort of like a Mark Harmon kind of way to play quarterback for the Bruins.
And then you become a big star. And in Hollywood, what a talent to do it. Obviously, create some excitement, create some momentum, go to a Rose Bowl, just do big things at UCLA.
They've moved it to the 19, 1st and 10. Let's go! They keep attacking through the air. He's got it! And he's in. Touchdown, UCLA! And it feels good to land that first big punch against a rival, doesn't it?
No doubt. In a game like this, too, you just want to be executing it at a high level early. So, David, that's got to feel great getting on the board first.
And settles everyone down. All the nerves, all the emotion of this rivalry game. Now everybody can kind of settle in because you know you already got a touchdown on the board.
Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. So the USC Trojans offense will try to get something going with their first possession. And a big key as this game unfolds is just how aggressive will he be throwing the football at a lockdown corner like that.
Yeah, and when you're an elite quarterback, you think you can do whatever you want to do. And you think you can make the right decisions. I'm interested to see how much he'll test that cornerback on the other side.
You know, there's a saying, there's no defense for a perfect pass, but he's got to be extra careful and sharp when he's throwing that guy's way.
We'll repeat the previous down, but this time the offense has 10 more yards it has to cover. This crowd, full throat, splitting the eardrums and letting them know it's going to be a long day. They stop him after a 6-yard run out to the 24. The Trojans dominated this matchup last year and took home the victory bell in a blowout.
Yeah, and they were just having fun during that blowout of their cross-city rival last year. David, you could just see it on the faces of the Trojan players having fun pummeling UCLA last season.
Yeah, and I can tell you what, as a player in rivalry games, you also don't remember how much fun they had. All the celebrations, you remember all of that every day of the year, and you're coming back and you're trying to change that and do a little celebrating yourself.
Using his feet. Able to work it to the 39-yard line, and that'll be a first down.
QBs that can run completely change your game plan. I mean, every single bit of it. You have to understand now as a pass rusher, I got to keep him in the pocket. I got to understand all the zone read concepts and the power read and the jet read, all the different things they can do to you. So, you know, having a guy back there at the helm that can run the football, you better be alert of it from the first play to the end of the fourth quarter.
They finally get him stopped, but what a good job by that front wall to set up the screen and create some lanes for their running back. And the Trojans are moving quickly down the field. They'll give it to the back. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Sometimes people say, if you're good enough, what's the big deal about going on the road? Well, if you're not careful, you might find out in a spot like this one, guys.
Yeah, no doubt about it. This is a hostile environment, and you know you're going to be getting the opponent's A game for this one. They've circled this one all offseason, so they better be ready to bring it today, dude.
And the hardest thing to do in college football is to go on the road. Everything about it changes, and you want to shut this crowd up early. You don't want to give them belief, because if it starts to build throughout the game, look out.
That defensive penalty was just what the doctor ordered for this offense. It's now 2nd and 3. Looking for room. It's Ott. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. For all of the star quality that USC has been built on, good offensive line, strong running game has always been a hallmark.
No doubt about it. I think they're built on, you know, the passing game and explosive playmakers out wide, but they've always had that balance at USC. You got to have a little bit of the boring to go with the glitz and the glamour.
They've got it at the 37. It's 1st and 10. Quick completion to the right. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, and still short of the first down.
And these quarterbacks have to really trust their wide receivers that they're going to be disciplined and run to the right route when they're throwing that ball to the outside like that, because those corners are sitting there on the inside, and the worst thing that could happen is to miss inside and that cornerback be going the other direction.
And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
I love when players understand situations, and they understand where the first down marker is, and they understand where I got to get to. A lot of people you'll see run north-south and try to bounce out wide and make big plays. Sometimes it's not about making big plays. Sometimes it's about getting that first down to make sure I get an extra set of downs instead of trying to make those big touchdown runs.
You know, I really like this QB running the football because I know he's got a lot of speed, but he's not the biggest guy in the world. So he's not going to be able to break a lot of tackles. You really got to do a good job of trying to scheme ways to get him out in more space.
They make the stop after the catch, and still some work to do to pick up that first down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on 2nd down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks at a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a 3rd down.
You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. That's the end of the quarter, and UCLA has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. And they've swapped ends of the field, and we'll get it going in the 2nd. First down to start the drive after the break. To the ground with the back. Headed to the end zone. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see which way that's going to go. So they'll decline the penalty. Pleased with the results of that last play. And after that penalty, the defense is almost out of real estate to defend. It's 1st and goal on the 1. Trying to bully their way in. Into the end zone he goes. Touchdown, Southern Cal. An impressive, long, methodical, meticulous drive ends in points.
They just matriculated the ball down the field, didn't they, Reese? So impressive. Didn't see a lot of explosive plays, but how about the execution? Running and throwing the football. Wow.
On the run from inside his own 5. And the returner is stopped. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't get on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
A little pre-snap eye candy for the defense. Getting some heat. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing. Third and 10, still backed up inside their own 20. This drive hasn't really gotten started. Trying to make that rush think on the draw play here. That run epitomizes a veteran, savvy senior who knows how to find space. Martin back to pass. Firing to the right, complete. And he gets it up to the 36. It'll be a 1st down. The Bruins in the hurry-up.
Really nice looking pass. When I think back to the history of UCLA quarterbacks, I think about guys carving up defenses in the Rose Bowl in the perfect weather conditions.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And they won't make the connection going for the big play. The Victory Bell's not some manufactured, concocted trophy, guys. This thing actually used to be on a train.
That is so cool, and the origins of the story of all these rivalries and the trophies, Jesse, it's so cool. It's fun to find out about, and these guys out here are learning on the job about it.
Yeah, it's just really such a point of pride, Victory Bell. Not just here in the city of Los Angeles, but to these kids, there's just a different energy in this game.
They're going to throw it again. Didn't have much of a choice, just had to throw that one away. It'll be 4th down. And the Bruins send out the punt unit. Gets the first one of the day out of there. He ought to be fresh. They only used him twice in that victory last week. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. This could be a real turning point in the game. They scored a touchdown. They got to stop. And now a chance to break the tie.
Yeah, this offense has got it cooking, man. And how about the...
He hurls one deep down the left side. Catch inside the 25. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
I love when you back the defense off. If you want to get aggressive, I'll take shots down the field, make the defense play more conservative, and now what? Now you're in the red zone with a chance to get some points.
Well, this defense knew coming in they were going to see some RPO and they were going to see some quick game. A nice job there taking the throw away from the quarterback.
Red pass, it's complete. They make the stop, but there is a flag on the field. We'll see what that's all about. The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. The play action fake. Grabbed in the backfield. It's up. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
And listen, if I'm the quarterback, I'm trying to dump the ball off to my playmaker and make this a manageable 3rd down. Get something positive. But how about the defense? Just reacting so fast, getting to the running back, and getting that sucker on the ground in the open field.
On 3rd and long, hoping to throw beyond the sticks. And he's lucky to get that one back. His junior. Better than to try that too often. And on 4th down, they'll try to salvage the drive with a field goal. Visualizing the right ball flight from 39 yards out in the right hash. It's good. Easy call for the refs. And with that, they've taken the lead. After putting 3 on the board, the kickoff unit ready to go. On the move from inside his 5. And good work by the coverage team to knock down the return man. UCLA will go back to work on offense. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter out there. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
Pressure coming. And this sophomore able to wreak some havoc and get the sack. The clock has reached the 2-minute mark, and they have a chance to at least cut into this lead before the break. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Looking for a crease. It's Harden. And this one will be stopped for no gain. The Bruins line up to punt it away. 3 and out, and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He just wanted to get it out of there from his end zone. Slips through the line. Wide open, and it's a foot race. He will score! Touchdown, Trojans! That return man saw daylight the instant the ball touched his hands, and he darted to it and took it to the house.
And Reese, I think it's one of the hardest things to do in football, to catch the ball as all these guys are flying around you, and you got to take it, make a miss, try to find spaces and creases that aren't there. Great job making a huge play. Special teams and punt returns coming up big.
He's not going to make it to the 20 as he's out of bounds at the 17. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Not a lot of time left here in the half. Let's see if they can cut into this lead.
And this drive isn't a must score, but man, you look at the scoreboard, you're down 2 scores. Jesse, you got a good opportunity. Create some momentum, cut it to a 1-score game. This is an important possession.
Yeah, it's important to create that momentum now, David, too, and not wait to get it going here at the start of the 3rd quarter. You've got one drive here to get a couple of points. You've got to start erasing and chipping away at this deficit. This could be where the game turns right here.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. On 3rd down, going up top. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. And the Bruins will call on their punt team. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. They kicked a field goal on the last drive, Jesse. They've got the lead. Don't make a dumb mistake, but he's going for it all. And the DB right with him to knock it away.
Well, the defender got his hand on that one, tipped it up in the air, and offense, man, they're lucky that one wasn't picked.
Didn't connect last time. Let's see if they throw it again on 2nd down. Quarterback will audible. Wants to fire on 2nd down. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on 2nd down, but 3rd down's coming up.
Yeah, and I like the shot, the aggressive play down the field. And we like throwing those jump balls up to my receiver because usually the receiver makes the play and makes the defender look bad. Nice job by the defender getting a hand on it, tipping that ball away from the wide receiver.
Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on third down. He's not afraid to go deep. Grabs it inside the 15. He's there to make the stop, but not before. He sets up this offense first and goal from the 7. They'll immediately call timeout. The Trojans have it in scoring position on first and goal. They'll try to get it in with the run. He pushes it forward all the way to the 2-yard line.
I know the passing game sells and the passing game is exciting, but it's not exciting to get 5 or 6 yards of pop on the ground, but it will be very successful.
Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Quarterback keeps it. And he'll finish the run and the end zone. Touchdown, Trojans. Speed behind center cannot be stopped, and the defense really can't even contain it.
No, and especially when the offensive coordinator knows how to use it. You got a quarterback that can run like this, use him early and often.
On the move, and now the hit knocks it loose. It's recovered by the kicking team, and they'll steal a possession.
Offense will take over. First and 10.
First down here for the offense. He's going to pass. Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Finds his big tight end. That completion takes them down to the 7-yard line, and they are ready to strike. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. It's been a fun start to this one, and this offense has really been the story. They've opened up a sizable lead, and unless something drastic changes, things might get even more out of hand. A combination of lethal efficiency, and that offensive line has been the key. They've mauled that defense and also just about broken their will.
The Bruins will kick it off to start the second half. He'll bring it out. It's Keller. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. A little bit backed up to start this drive from their own 18-yard line. Looking to go up top on first down. Going to throw it over the top of the D. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down. On second and 10, a 4 wideout set, trips right. Quarterback making adjustments with his receivers. Looking to throw on second down. Gets rid of it. And it'll be incomplete. He got on the move trying to make something happen, but just couldn't find a man. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. Third and long from inside their own 20. From the gun, wants to pass. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. And the Trojans will try to pin them back with the punt. He's going to try to flip the field with this one. This is a spot you see many returners try to take a chance, but not this time. The fair catch just inside the 40. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, 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 David.
And their defense is starting to get a little frustrated, too. They just
got a lot of running room. The 20, the 10, running free, going to the end zone, but way back behind him, there's a flag on the field. The penalty wipes out the big play and the touchdown. It is just a punch in the gut for any offense. Coming out on first down with the play fake. And the defense is all over the quarterback, and down he goes. And the Bruins headed quickly to the line.
Oftentimes with play action, you're asking the quarterback to hold on to the ball a bit longer, and you're asking this offensive line to hold up and pass pro a bit longer. Against this athletic front seven on defense, it's going to be tough.
He's really close to that first down marker, but they stop him just a bit short. The defense going to stop the clock with a timeout. They want to make sure they have everybody on the same page. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. And that one goes incomplete, but there is a penalty flag, and they might have gotten him for OPI. They'll decline that penalty, obviously very happy with the results of the play. The Bruins will punt it away on fourth down. A high kick trying to pin them deep. Signals for the fair catch, and that's where they'll put it in play, just outside the 20. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Last time, David, it was 1-2-3 kick.
the last drive, that 3 and out, sometimes that puts your defense in a bad spot. And
lost one deep down the right side. And that will be incomplete. Man, that would have been a big hitter if they could have done it, but second down coming. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He's looking for a man on second down. All the way out to the 37-yard line. It's a gain of 15. Best uniforms in the sport, and a play is made befitting of those threads.
Well, this is not the format to have a debate back and forth. Not the best uniform in sports, but definitely always a lot of flash and sizzle.
He lobs one high down the left side. And it's incomplete. Good play. DB.
When I'm an offensive coach, I'm going to take shots. I'm going to take those 50-50 balls, and most of the time I'm going to trust my wide receiver to come down with it. The defensive back said, no, sir.
Couldn't connect on first down. Now back to the air. Got his man. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Well, how about the offense setting that play up? We've seen earlier in the game a couple shorter throws. They're just trying to suck those safeties closer to the line of scrimmage, anticipating that they would get an opportunity to take a shot. They called the perfect play at the perfect time right there.
These guys are called matchup guys. They're not the biggest guys on the field, but they're going to win. Short, and they're going to catch the ball, and they're going to make yards after the catch. You can tell those are the type of guys in college football that are starting to get maximized and used a lot more than they were in the past.
Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Touchdown, USC! And the stomping has commenced. USC stretches out that lead, and not too far in the distance, they're starting to imagine the tones of the victory bell.
And USC has so much tradition, so much history, but they start every season. Jesse, they want this one. They want to make sure they beat their rival in L.A.
Yeah, you could tell, too. Talking to them before this game, they knew how important it was going to be to play well in the second half. They had to have energy. They had to execute, and right now they're getting ready to chant "Fight on" at the end of this game.
After taking another look just to confirm everything, the officials on the field got it right. Play will stand. Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead. They march 79 yards on the drive, and they finish it up with the final 30 yards coming courtesy of that touchdown pass. Just about set to kick it away. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. They face a pretty tall mountain here, Jesse, down 24, but if they're going to climb it, this is a good time to start.
Sense of urgency's got to be big right here. You just get the feeling at this point of the game, David, they've got to score on this drive. Obviously, their defense needs to get stops, but at this point, offensively, they've got to execute much better.
They got to be super aggressive. Down 24, you're going to need 3 touchdowns, 3 two-point conversions, everything to kind of go your way. So fast and throwing the football.
Fires it incomplete.
The QB had all day to throw the football. That's the good news. The bad news is he couldn't find anybody open and couldn't deliver the ball to him. So let's see if they can get some chemistry going with the wide receiver and quarterback throughout this game.
Martin will throw it. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming. And the Bruins will punt this one away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. He's got great speed. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. That last drive, an absolute aerial assault for the touchdown, Jesse.
But it was a nice job in play calling, too, David, just giving the quarterback some easy looks and reads so he could go out and execute.
And he knew exactly where to go with the football. Everything looked really, really easy. He was hot. The ball was coming out of his hands. The defense better do something different.
He'll take the deep shot. Makes the catch. Touchdown, Southern Cal. And the punishment has been extended.
Well, as a defense, you know you're going to see the go route, especially against this guy. He does it to defenses, it seems, every single week, and so they're not able to get back deep enough. They get run by, he makes the catch, and then runs it into the end zone. They're going to have to change up their coverage and get some safety help up over the top, because this guy's speed is a problem.
He'll start the return inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Boy, 3 and out last time, Davey. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really, really quickly. They need to put something together here.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
This offense has a 2nd down play. The give to the back. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the first down. The Bruins will line up to punt it away. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
The receivers often will run their route based on a side adjustment. As we head to the quarter break, it is USC holding the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive fourth quarter comeback. Second down here as they go back to work after the break. They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. Got a wide open receiver. And another big game for this offense. Explosive pass after explosive pass up in this one. They showed great trust in their quarterback right there, and why not? He's had an outstanding game.
An outstanding game, has taken care of the football. Now late in the game, you got the lead. That first down now tells me now it's time to start running the football, run the clock, get out of here with the dub.
Well, the good news is he did a nice job reading the coverage. He knew exactly where to go with the football that time. Just a little bit too much on that pass. You wonder if that's just nerves. He's got to settle himself down a little bit.
Couldn't make the play last time. Now it's 2nd and 10 from the 30. He's looking to throw. Fires to the big fella. And just a short, safe pass play. They pick up a few.
Yeah, and tight ends aren't just line up and block guys anymore. These guys are athletes. You line them up all over the field. And nowadays, you can start to feature them more and more in the passing game.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. He got a little antsy at the line of scrimmage, and they'll move him back.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. And here comes the field goal unit for the second time tonight. Field goal is good. And that'll add 3 more to a lead that is already way out of hand. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
He just had no rhythm in that last one.
And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense coming up with a huge fumble recovery. And the quarterback just ran out of time there, and they were able to knock it free.
Quarterbacks have got to do it. Here we go. Two hands on the football, especially in passing situations.
Touchdown, Trojans! Trojans. And the route is on. They'll try to tack one more on their score. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. That's taking advantage of a golden opportunity set up with great field position, and they struck quickly for the touchdown. Out of the end zone. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. UCLA will go back to work on offense. This one feels as if it's starting to get away from them a little bit, Jesse.
Yeah, Reese, there's a lot of teams in college football at this point that would just quit. So, David, we're going to find out a lot about this team right here.
Yeah, just running out of opportunity.
They cough it up inside their 3. Defense just cradling that fumble and securing it. And this will be scooped up in the end zone. A defensive touchdown.
And the defense comes with the blitz. Nice job getting to the quarterback. And don't just get there. Try to strip that football out. They get the QB to the ground. The ball's out. They scoop it up, take it all the way back to the house for 6.
They're lining up to kick it away, and that defense salivating after getting the scoop and score. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. It's a good thing to be charitable, Jesse, but I think the last couple of drives might be overdoing it a bit.
I agree, and I think at this point...
And that ball is picked off. Got room on the return. Inside the 10. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Trojans.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category.
That makes the score USC 62, UCLA 7.
They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick 6. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. A first down for the offense. Martin back to pass. Not much of a chance there. He just had to get rid of it to avoid the sack.
This defense has just been all over this guy all game long. Under pressure, they're finding a way to get to him and affect his rhythm. Of course, they have an interception. That's why they've got a big lead here in the fourth quarter. This guy has never gotten into a rhythm.
On second down, he'll let it fly. Works the middle of the field. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
The offense has struggled. They're not going to win this game, but trust me, this coaching staff is still trying to find things to build off of for next week. And after an explosive play like that, maybe they can generate just a little bit of momentum and gain a little bit of confidence that they can keep coaching up heading into their next game.
He's got his man. At the 35, he's open. And the catch and run into the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins.
Hey, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Able to find enough room to get it out across the 25. He's brought down at the 26. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. Looking for a productive play on first down. They'll start this drive with a pass. He tries to take the top off. Makes the catch on the left. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. See if they can turn this drive into points. They've got it 1st and 10 at the 50. Motion from the offense. He wants to throw. A little screen to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. And now on 2nd down for this offense. Try to get the edge with a quick touch pass. Across the 35. And it is a chunk play, a huge gain on that one before the defense brings it to an end.
I love that play call, and I love the timing of the pre-snap motion. Because the quarterback was able to get it to the receiver right behind the offensive line, because of the timing, he was able to outflank the defense. That puts him out in space where he's able to use his speed. Nice job with the pre-snap motion and timing.
Those screen plays, you really want to sell it, get it to your running back, and get him to the 2nd level. Get him running full head of steam on a safety, on a linebacker. He almost got going, but just got tackled before he could really do any damage.
Fires into traffic, picked off. And he's brought down after the pick, but not before putting his offense in business. Line gets set, 1st down. He wastes no time and comes out throwing.
Man, this offense just keeps trying to find something to go well. They're down so big. There's still time on the clock. Maybe they can put something together, but so far today, this has been ugly.
2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call.
USC.
2nd down now after the sack. Feet in the end zone, looking to fire. Catch in the middle, it's Flores.
And I know this football game is over, but we got to keep fighting. We got to keep finding something, some kind of rhythm in this offense, something we can hang our hat on that we do really, really well. Listen, the intermediate passing game like this has taken over college football, short to intermediate. So if they can find some of this, it'll help their offense moving forward.
And the Bruins will send out the punt unit. And the coverage team able to wrestle him down. This Trojan offense is ready to go back to work. Firmly in control of this game. We'll see if they just try to run out the clock and get out with a victory.
Everybody on offense here should feel really good about their performance today too, David. They had a really good game plan coming into this one, and they went out and...
He lofts it high and deep down the left side. A big-time catch along the sidelines. Got the foot down and an excellent throw, too.
Well, this offense has just been dialing up explosive play after explosive play. That's a big part of why they have a huge lead at this point. Even in the 4th quarter with that lead, they are...
Touchdown, USC! And the pummeling has started.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. UCLA will go back to work on offense. This has been an old-fashioned fanny paddling, David. I mean, they've just got taken behind the woodshed.
There's nothing to say. This has been an absolute beatdown. Dominated from the start Jesse, to almost the finish now, they have done nothing right.
Everyone's going to have...
Can anyone catch him? He's at the 40. He's at the 20. Almost took it all the way, but a huge gain, and he has him set up first and goal.
And a big key on that throw to the slot receiver, guys, is putting the ball out in front. The location of the throw is what helped that guy get extra yards after the catch.
And he'll chuck that one away and save the down. Nobody was able to get open.
And this is just one of those days, man, where everything has gone wrong, right? Like they just haven't been in a rhythm. They haven't got it going and never built the momentum.
I'm sorry, you're unlikely to win today, but here's a fabulous party.
And a nice touchdown, continuing to fight, continuing to play. This one, it's pretty much over. Down multiple possessions this late in the football game. It would take a miracle, but nice job by this offense continuing to fight, push the ball down the field, make plays.
Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. And guys, USC has the ball back and sending the offense onto the field. They have dropped a hush on this entire stadium, David, by controlling this game.
And there's nothing like shutting up the home crowd. You love it. Nothing like having a big lead in the fourth quarter, Palmer, and not having to stress or worry.
Yeah, really impressive just seeing how they're able to take everything from the practice field this week and apply it to game day. They've been locked in.
He puts a lot of air under it down the sideline. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on second down. Now it's third down.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Quarterback checking the play. Third and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Got it in the middle. It's Jordan. Nice pitch and catch there, and they'll have enough for the first down.
Defense is about feeling out the offense and what they like to do. What are they going to do in third and short, third and medium, third and long? So far, the offense...
He tosses one high and deep down the left side. And how about that DB getting a hand in there and forcing the incomplete pass?
And that's a good stop for this defense. And listen, there hasn't been a lot of positive today, but let's finish this game strong. I think that'll be the message from the defensive coordinator. Can we get a stop? Can we get them off the field? I know lots went wrong, but let's live in this moment and try to be great right here to end the game.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Going back to the well, another deep ball. And it slips through his fingers, incomplete. That would have been a huge game if he could have held on. Fourth quarter, huge lead. I'm not really sure why you need to take that kind of shot.
You don't. You definitely don't need to. You can run the clock. You can run the football. You can make sure that you're playing it safe and conservative, or you can just go for rub it in your face, eat that. I don't like the other coach.
One of the most difficult things about this slot receiver is his shiftiness and his athleticism. He's very, very difficult to tackle after the catch.
The give and the run on fourth down. He puts him in business across the 50 into the 46-yard line. It'll be first down. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. After this, it'll be a wrap. They'll throw it on first down. Going for it all. And give him another 6. Grabs it for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. So hope stays alive. The undefeated season lives on as they inch closer to that 12-0 goal and what they hope will be a berth in the college football playoff.
And I'm just so impressed with the mindset of this football team each and every week. They're poised, they're focused, they have a good game plan, they know who they are, and they go out and they execute. It's as if they're not even thinking about the college football playoff. David, they're just trying to be the best version of themselves each and every week.
And it sounds cliche and it sounds stupid, but know who you are, do it well, don't beat yourself. All those things are the things that coaches are going to say, but you can tell this team's done a great job up until this point. I got a feeling they're going to finish really strong, and I got a feeling those college football playoffs are right around the corner.
So that's going to do it for us. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis saying so